Happy holidays, my friends. It's that time of year again. It's December. It doesn't matter what holiday you celebrate, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. It truly is the most wonderful time of the year. And of course, all of us here, we have our own ways of celebrating. You know, we listen to the music and watch the movies and everything. But we're DC fans here. All of us here, we're fans of DC Comics and DC superheroes. So that is why I have gone on ahead and created this list of movies and episodes and specials that will get you in the holiday spirit while also seeing your favorite DC superheroes in action at the same time. Just came up with this idea this morning, but I think it's a pretty good idea. And also, I did the same exact video on my other channel, The Marvel Life, so definitely check that out if you want to see some holiday-themed Marvel stuff as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this list, starting off at number 1 with The Flash. So, The Flash is a great show. It's probably the best of the Arrowverse shows, and it has a couple of Christmas episodes. None of the episodes are, like, full-on holiday Christmas stuff. It's kind of just going on in the background. Like with I think it's pretty much like the 9th episode of every season. Like 409, 109, and 309. Yeah, the 9th episode of the 2nd season, 3rd, and 4th season, those are all Christmassy themed, but it's just going on in the background. The best holiday-themed episode of The Flash is the 9th episode of Season 1, which is The Man in the Yellow Suit, which is a really good episode. It's one of the first appearances of the Reverse Flash, and, you know, he's the man who killed Barry's mother and all that stuff, so it's a really great episode that also just reminds you of how good that first season of The Flash is. Plus, you know, you also got some holiday vibes going on there as well. So that is, of course, awesome as well. Then moving on to DC's Legends of Tomorrow, of course, we have Bebo, the God of War. This is from the 3rd season of the show. And while, like a lot of this stuff, like with The Flash, it isn't necessarily holiday themed. The whole premise of the episode is that you see a young Martin Stein, and he is trying to get a cuddle me Bebo for his daughter for Christmas. And that's kind of like the whole premise of the episode, but then some Vikings believe the Bebo doll is a god and all that stuff. So it's great, and honestly, Bebo is such a meme, and he's kind of gone on to be like a mascot for Legends of Tomorrow that is just such a great episode, and definitely gets you in the holiday spirit to go back and watch this origin story of the great Bebo, the God of War. So moving on to Smallville, one of my favorite TV series of all time. I love this series. There's a couple holiday episodes, but the best one is in season 5, and it is called Lexmas. And this episode is basically a spin on It's a Wonderful Life. You see so many different versions and adaptations of this story, just like how you see so many different versions of A Christmas Carol. Like, you got the Mickey Mouse one, and you got the Muppets one. Well, we've got the same thing going on here with It's a Wonderful Life, but instead of the traditional story, we see Lex Luthor, and he gets shot, and then while he's in a coma or whatever, he basically sees what life would be like without, you know, how things would be different in his life. I don't remember the exact plot of it, but it's a really good thing seeing what things would be different, how Lex's life would be different. He ends up, in this reality, he ends up being married with Lana Lang, and they have kids and everything, and it's cool to see Lex as like a father and everything. So it really is a great episode, and I just love this show, so it's awesome. Really gets you in the holiday spirit. But then we have an episode of Justice League, the animated series. Not Justice League Unlimited. I mean, it is the same thing, but it was before it was called Justice League Unlimited. And we have an episode called Comfort and Joy. And I haven't seen this episode before, or maybe I have, maybe back when it was on TV. But I currently have no way of watching it because it's not on HBO Max. I don't have it on DVD or anything. But basically the description of the episode is that the members of the Justice League celebrate Christmas, and you see here like Green Lantern and Hawkgirl, they're making a snowman and everything. They have to fight a bunch of villains. The Flash dresses up as Santa. So I haven't seen the episode, but it definitely looks like a good episode that I'd like to check out if I had the opportunity. But like I said, kind of can't because I don't have a way of doing that. But it does definitely look like a pretty good episode. Now, moving on to a classic, we have Christmas with the Joker, an episode of Batman, the animated series, one of which a lot of people say is one of the best episodes of the series. This episode, it's the 38th episode of the first season, and I have the first season on DVD, but for some reason I can't find it, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it. We'll see. But basically, in this episode, it's Christmas Eve, and the Joker broadcasts a pirate Christmas special on television, and then Batman and Robin have until midnight to fight their way past Joker's traps hidden all over town and rescue the mayor or something like that, or rescue Commissioner Gordon and Harvey Bullock. Yeah, that's who it is. So it's a great episode. Haven't seen it in a while, but I definitely recommend checking it out. Then we're moving on to one that I know a lot of people probably aren't going to like, but this is Teen Titans Go. The show itself really isn't that good. I really much preferred this more serious Teen Titans cartoon we got in the early 2000s. But you have to admit, their Christmas episodes are pretty good, and they have so many of them too. There's I don't even know. There's one called The Second Christmas. There's one called The True Meaning of Christmas. There's so many holiday episodes of Teen Titans Go that, it's kind of hard to pick just one or two to watch. But they're only 15 minutes long, so it's not that much of a watch. So, while it's not for everyone, I do recommend at least checking it out, seeing if you like it or not. It might be worth it, so check it out. Then another of my favorites is Batman, the Brave and the Bold. I love this series. I grew up watching this cartoon on Cartoon Network. I have the first 2 seasons on DVD. And one of the first episodes of the first season is a holiday-themed episode where we see Batman team up with Red Tornado. And throughout this whole episode, we see Red Tornado. He's a robot, and he wants to know what the true meaning of Christmas is. He wants to know what it's all about. And in this episode, we see the villain known as Funhouse. He has created this army of evil Santa robots, so Batman and Red Tornado have to team up to take them down and save Christmas. So it's a great episode. Really enjoy it. And then finally, I can't remember how many things I put on this list, but we have Justice League Action. This is one of the more recent ones. This show is actually really underrated. When it started, I really loved it, and for some reason it got canceled for no reason. I don't really know why, but just like Teen Titans Go, it is only like a 15-minute episode. But it's a great episode because you get to see the Justice League Christmas party, which is just awesome. You get to see Solomon Grundy wearing a Santa hat. What could be better than that? And throughout the whole episode, Green Arrow he's the one that planned the whole Christmas Justice League party, and basically his whole thing that he wants to impress Batman with his party. So it's a great episode, really gets you in the holiday spirit, and like I said, you get to see all these characters celebrating Christmas and Solomon Grundy in a Santa hat. So what could be better than that? But anyways, guys, that is going to wrap up my list here. Obviously, there are some other episodes and stuff of other shows like Young Justice and Arrow that do have some Christmassy holiday themes going on there as well. But these are just the ones that I like to check out and that I love watching every year. In my personal opinion, that I like. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a good holiday season here, and let me know down in the comments below which of these on my list is your favorite, and what other holiday DC crossovers do you like to watch as well that I did not put on the list. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.